Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is quite intimidating actually, because we're going to be reading 1-star reviews of my 5-star reads. So yeah, this should be exciting. So exciting, right? We love reading bad things about our favorite things. So that's why we're going to do it. So I will put the book here as we talk about it, and I'm just going to read you guys off a few, see what we think. So we're starting off strong. Our first book is going to be A Court of Mist and Fury. So I gave this book 5 stars. I literally love it to pieces. It's so good. So we're going to see what everybody else thought when they gave it 1 star. Just what I expected. DNF. Anyone who finishes this book deserves an award. I will take mine because I did it so easily. I've never seen such long reviews. It's kind of scary. I don't like it. Somebody said, and I quote, "This was indeed one of the worst books I've ever, and I mean ever, read in my whole entire exhaustive life. Truly, that writing made me want to gouge out my eyes and die. Was it not repetitive enough for you? I'm just kidding. On to the next. When you fall in love with the bat. Okay, but it was a sleigh, so I mean, somebody said LOL, and people say this is the best out of the series. Get some standards, my dudes." Moving on, so to the next book, it's sadly going to be one that I loved even more than that one, so I'm scared to see what they said about A Court of Wings and Ruin, so let's just get straight into it. No, because this is actually horrible. If I read this quote, I wouldn't want to read this book, but this one says, it's a quote from the book, and it says, "His groans of pleasure drowned out the sounds of the injured and dying." That is all. I see why you left it there. The comments on that one is insane. Okay, yeah, I mean, I still love that book to pieces, but that is a weird choice of words to put in the book. Spoiler alert, it's trash. Spoiler alert, it's not. Okay, it just sent me all the way back to the top. So on to the next. The next book we're going to be talking about is one that I don't love as dearly as the other two, but I still love this book. I thought it was very wholesome and cute. So we're gonna look at Archer's Voice now. The way that this was written reminds me of a child trying to tell a story, but they keep repeating themselves. I mean, can we argue with that one? Because it was kind of repetitive, but Bree and Archer were just so cute that I was just like, I don't care. And it was also one of my early books, so I just like, I didn't really form my dislikes and my likes yet. Why did I have to read about her teaching him how to be a real person? Ugh, that is so insensitive to Archer, oh my god. So the next book is gonna be Ignite Me. That is part of the Shatter Me series. I gave this book 5 stars because I absolutely adored it. Kenji carried this series, everyone else sucks, 0.5 stars. I will say, I will give you Kenji carries the series. I really do believe that Kenji was such a strong side character. Like, yeah, they gave him like some platform and made him big in like some ways, but I feel like Kenji could have ran that book on his own, like, if we're gonna be completely honest. And I didn't expect that. Like, I did not think I was going to love Kenji as much as I did, but I did. So I agree with that. I don't agree that everybody else sucks. I agree that Adam sucks. Hashtag free Adam is wild. Oh my god, what? You know, my dumbass paid $32 for these books. I could have had 2 lunches at Panera Bread for $32. You're telling me that this 17-year-old girl who spent 3 whole books talking entirely about 2 hot boys page after endless page might be a good leader? Yeah, no, I'm done with this series, LOL. No way I'm touching Restore Me. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to get more comfortable, so we're laying down now, and we're moving on to the next book, which will be over here now. Did a little tricky trick on ya. Okay, so Restore Me is book number 4 in the Shatter Me series, and I rated it 5 stars. I loved it, and the ending, like, I will say this is when the series kind of like took a turn and started going a little crazy, so I expect to see some crazy reviews on this one, but I loved it. It was the next book where it kind of just like exploded for me. So what was that ending about, LOL? Girl, literally, like, what was that ending about? It was so weird. I don't think any book has ever confused me the way that book did. Ugh. Can I pretend that this book never existed? Can I just go back to the time when Warner and Juliet's story ended in a cliffhanger and we all just assumed they worked together and lived happily ever after? This book was terrible. I can agree that it should have stopped a little sooner. I think I've said that before. Just what was up with the last three? Like, what happened? Okay, so the next book we're going to do is Daisy Jones and the Six, which is one of my favorite books ever. I just rewatched the show actually because it's so good and I love it. So let's see what people hated about this book, because I can't even there's a few things like I could totally understand, but I love this book so much. Somebody said, I read it so I could watch the show and see what all the hype's about. Now that I read it, I don't want to watch the show. See, I feel like you should still give the show a chance though, like even if you don't like the book, because it was such a good adaptation, but it wasn't like strictly from the pages of the book. Like it had some different, you know how it goes. So I think you should try it. Somebody said, don't do drugs, kids. That is a good, yep, I'm gonna agree with that, especially if you took that from this book. That was crazy. DNF at page 288. If I wanted to read an interview, I would have. I love that it was in the interview format. Like that was so fun for me because like every book is the same. It's set up the same and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I just thought it was super cool that she did it like that and I wasn't expecting it. So I found it even cooler. So agree to disagree. Okay, I need these to start being like funny because you're just hurting my feelings at this point. Okay, so moving on to the next book, we're going to do Verity by Colleen Hoover. I gave this book 5 stars when I read it and like I wouldn't change it looking back on it because I absolutely loved that book and it was such a good thriller and it got me reading thrillers again. So yeah, it has that little nostalgic grip on it. So we're gonna look at 1-star reviews for Verity and see what we get. Somebody said, what effing bullshit? What do you mean? What do you mean? This is the unseasoned Walmart brand version of Rebecca. I've never read Rebecca, but maybe it is. Some people desperately need Jesus and Colleen Hoover is one of them. Okay. Straight to the point. Somebody said the good Lord gave me eyes and I abused them. Oops. Team manuscript this, team letter that. Well, I'm personally team all the adults in this book need to go to therapy, if not jail, ASAP. I mean, is she lying? Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which was such an amazing freaking book. So I just, all of these, reading 1-star reviews of your 5-star books, it's an experience. It's dramatic. Like, I'm going through it right now, guys. If I wanted to read The Hunger Games, I would have just picked that up. Okay, I understand that. I truly do, because I got the Hunger Game vibes when I read it, and I haven't even read The Hunger Games, and I haven't watched all the movies. But I still got the Hunger Game vibes because I know the basis of what it's about. So, I mean, yeah, but how long can something be completely, authentically unique? You know, like we've been creating things for so long that there's gonna be repetition here and there. Like Fourth Wing. You cannot tell me that Rebecca Yarros did not watch the Divergent series and be like, oh my god, Divergent but with dragons. But to take inspiration from something, I mean, you have to get your inspo from somewhere, and yeah, that's my opinion on that. But I did get the Hunger Games feels, but I enjoyed that aspect. This is a shamelessly watered down copy of Red Queen. I've honestly heard that a few times, but I've never read Red Queen, so I have no idea. This book exists. If you enjoy your life, you'll pick another. All right, moving on to the next. I think we're nearing the end here, honestly. So Flawless by Elsie Silver. DNF couldn't get past the milk. I found the milk to be absolutely hilarious. Like, I laughed a little too hard about the milk situation, so yeehaw, but make it horrific. Somebody said, Rhett needs to be in federal prison. I'm so scared of him. What do you mean by that? You're scared of him? Am I missing something? Not for me at all, Chief. The next book is going to be Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I gave this book 5 stars when I read it. Let's see what the 1-stars say. Xaden wears skinny jeans. I'm glad that you didn't feel the need to say much more, because I mean, that's a pretty good statement. Who had a gun to the head of everyone who rated this 5 stars? Y'all must be joking. I should have DNF'd this when I found out he wore skinny jeans. Okay, so moving on to the next book is Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, and I love this book. I gave it 5 stars, but I would be lying if I said I'm not excited to see what the 1-star reviews are on this book, because I could so see where you would get 1 stars from. Because Magnolia and BJ are the most, like, intolerable characters, but this book was just so good. Like, do you get what I'm saying? A lot of people love BJ and Magnolia, but I'm just, like, invested in the story, but they both get on my freaking nerves. Magnolia is an airhead and BJ is gross. Can't disagree with that. I would say everyone in this book needs therapy, but they literally all go to therapy and it doesn't do anything. As Daisy put it so eloquently in this book, there is not one calming thing about you. You're obsessive and infuriating and weird. I could not describe Magnolia any better if I tried. Honestly, I agree. Like, I couldn't either. Daisy said it perfectly, which is why Daisy is top tier to me. So the last book that we're going to look at, I'm so scared, because The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Say hello to my favorite book in the entire freaking world. I love this book with everything in me. It's an infinity star. Like, I will never get over how much I love that book. So I literally don't even want to do this. I feel like I've been through enough pain already. Like, I feel like I've been beaten up. Like, my heart is hurting. So we're just gonna get this over with very quickly. Hopefully nobody was too mean, because how could you be? Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So stupid. It's so highly rated that I'm wondering whether I read the same book as everyone else. You probably didn't. You probably didn't. Somebody probably tricked you and you didn't even read the right book, you know? Girl was in a love triangle with the same man and it was boring as hell. That's funny, actually. Somebody said, hate this stupid lemon book. Girl, how? How? I love that lemon book so much. Somebody said, if I took a shot every time Ewan's gray eyes and auburn curls were described, I would have blacked out by the end of the book. The worst part is I'm annotating this book right now, and I have to agree with her that that is said a lot. We definitely know what color his hair is, and we definitely know what color his eyes are. But I love him, so I don't care. So we're honestly just gonna be done there, because I feel like we have read some harmful things and we need to recover. That was an experience. I hurt. I physically hurt, and I think I need to take a nap to try to forget all the negativity that I just read. No, I'm just kidding, for real. Everybody deserves their own opinion and they're entitled to it. So go leave your reviews, but don't be too harsh. Remember that the authors do sometimes read these things and they're people. Literally just people. So don't be mean. Don't be a mean girl. Nobody likes that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me suffer through this video. It was super fun, honestly, to see everybody's different opinions, but it did hurt. I would be lying if I said that it did not hurt a little bit. But I hope you guys read amazing books and have an amazing week, and I love you so big. I'll catch you next time.